So I was around 14 years old when I started off doing building muscle and like increasing my fitness health and stuff like physical health. But I hope you don't mind the rain. I hope you don't hear the rain or anything like that. So basically, I started off with just a few push-ups, and it was just like one push-up to until I realized that like honestly just consistency matters here. I started off with just doing one push-up, and then I realized myself that one push-up is a little too too tiny. Like it's not really like it wasn't even tiring to do that. But I was my limit back then was just like five push-ups a day, like just five push-ups a day, and like I was a really fat kid, all right. I was kind of fat and like stuff like there wasn't really any muscle in me because I haven't really been doing trainings, but I was just eating lots of junk food and stuff like that. So that's pretty much why like five push-ups was my limit. And honestly, it grew like I kept doing five push-ups since it was the easiest thing. Honestly, like it was very easy. I kept on doing it consistently, and the more I do it, the more I added push-ups into it. Like it went from the first week, it went from like five push-ups to until 10 push-ups a day, and then 20 push-ups, and then eventually reaching 30, 40, 50, until it was finally like 100 push-ups a day. Like I was doing that like four sets. It's honestly not just 100 push-ups like one set. Like that was me back then. I thought I was able to do like 100 push-ups in one set. Like I was getting a little too egotistical or something like that. So I basically just did was when I was probably around 15 years old by this time, and during that time I was just doing 25 sets of push-ups, and basically it equals to 100. So I was really proud of myself back then. I did that for around a while until there are like I'm not gonna lie, there's still a few days. Like I always took breaks, like one day, 2 days of breaks because I needed the break from like the push-ups. Like not every day. Like I can't really like do it every day, but I just kept doing that, and like I would come back and then I would crash out and say, "Oh man, I couldn't do push-ups. Like I'm too tired to do it," but I would do it anyways because like this is an advice that I want to share. Like do it even if you don't feel like it. It's basically the way I started from level 0 to level 1 in like the fitness industry, like get building muscle. Because if you don't feel like that if you don't feel like doing building muscle like in the morning, like you just woke up and it's just like school basically. If you wake up and it's 5 a.m. and you have to go to school at 7 a.m. like I am right now, if you wake up like that just and you don't really feel like it, you're like, I don't want to get out of bed, I'm too tired, stuff like that, you should get out of bed because that's literally like the sign telling you to do it. Like it's called discipline, and it will give you a ton of discipline to like do it every day because you will eventually get consistent in doing it and eventually reach like your goal. Or actually it would just feel normal to wake up at 5 a.m. So that's like what I'm currently doing because I used to do this back then in the past. But basically it's honestly it's just really simple. Just to start, this is just the way to start. You should start off with just five push-ups a day. Honestly, if you're like a fat kid right now, and like honestly I'm not trying to judge you or anything like that, but I used to be a fat kid as well, so this is just my way of starting. I just started off with five push-ups, and then eventually it turned into 20 push-ups a day, and then eventually it turns into 100. So you just gotta make sure that you can do it consistently every day. Or like you can take breaks, of course, because as some of the advice I've heard that they should take more breaks and stuff. But honestly, just consistency is the one that matters here. You need to do a ton of push-ups. just do a lot of push-ups and keep doing it, because you will eventually reach my level, and my level is currently just, I do like two push-ups. I mean, two pull-ups a day with like, I don't even have like a pull-up rack. I just find anything in the house that I can do pull-ups on, and I would do like two pull-ups a day because it's so easy and consistent for me. So that's literally like all I'm doing to build muscle. Also, I really recommend you to take your first picture first before you start working out. Like, do not be afraid to show your body to a picture. Like, I myself was afraid back then, but the moment I immediately done my push-ups, I immediately like took a picture as my first day, and honestly, I kind of regret, because I didn't really took pictures of myself before doing my workouts. I did it when I was finally like reaching 20 push-ups a day or something like that. That was like the time I actually took pictures, and basically it's just I couldn't see some results, but I do know one thing was that I just couldn't see the results of like the early results and stuff like that. All I know is that I was young and I was fat back then and had no muscle, and then eventually it turned into me getting so much muscle right now. Like, I'm consistently like taking pictures, so every time after you complete a workout, I recommend you to take a progress picture like everybody's doing. Like, it's clearly normal because like, everybody does it, so just take pictures. This is clearly the only advice that like actually worked for me, so you can, yeah, that's pretty much all, I guess. Just follow my advice. Do 5 push-ups a day as your starting point, and eventually reach it high enough, because like I didn't really had a gym membership because I didn't had like any money for it, so I decided to stick to calisthenics and stuff. But I still gained like muscle anyway, so yeah, just that's pretty much all I can say here. And if you want to join if you want to like have a call with me, there's one in the description below. There's a coaching goal in the description. Keep on improving in life, bro.